So it's pretty much been known to everybody by now that Saturo Iwata, the CEO and president of Nintendo, died recently in the last couple of days, July 11th, from complications from a tumor in his bile duct. They removed it last year, but I guess for whatever reasons that it still affected his body, and now he passed away at age 55, which is fairly young. That's not very old. I wanted to wait a few days to make this video because I'm someone who isn't really a Nintendo fan. I do support Nintendo. I don't buy any of their merchandise, but I do like a lot of games they make. Me and Venom, we play. He brings his Wii U over and we play it regularly. But as you guys know, I'm an Xbox guy. But I just basically wanted to say how big of an impact he's made on the gaming industry. Now, the thing I respect a lot about this guy is that he was very, very an avid gamer, and he was very into the community. He was very into pleasing fans. He was very into helping with development in games, so they would be very good games, and they would be fine-tuned. And I found out in his earlier career, before he became the CEO of Nintendo, he was making games. He made things like Balloon Fight, and he was a big help in Earthbound and a lot of the Kirby games, because he worked at HAL Labs, which created the Kirby games, and he assisted in making games up until basically his death. He helped make Mario Kart 7, 8, Mario Kart Wii. Pretty much he had assistance in all the Smash Brothers games, going back to the first one, because that was actually somewhat his idea, was Smash Bros. In the first place, and now it's one of Nintendo's biggest sellers. Pretty much everybody I know who has a Wii U has Smash 4, and everybody who was a Nintendo fan who had a Wii had Brawl. And you have to think that not even a month ago was E3, and he was there and he looked completely fine. And he was doing the thing with the puppet and stuff. You would have never expected that he would have passed away as early as he did and as sudden as he did. I feel like it's not I feel like things will be completely fine with Nintendo. There isn't going to be any hiccups. It's terrible that he's gone. And obviously the company's still going to stay afloat. They obviously have a board of directors who's going to step in and run the company. But, CEO is definitely up for grabs. But that's up for, again, the board of directors to decide. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with business practices like this. But I feel like I said, he was definitely into pleasing fans. Things like this, CEOs and businessmen, corporate people, people like him don't really come around too often. There's always, I'd say, a lot of people like Phil Spencer and Bill Gates, and a lot of them, they were into being like, I want this just for the fans, but it seemed he was definitely more into it than any of them could possibly imagine. Because Nintendo is when you compare it to Sony and Microsoft, they're definitely into their fan base a lot more. I'm not saying that Microsoft shuns their fan base, and I'm not saying the same as Sony, but they're definitely, it seems like they're more into being involved with their fan base and anybody who's a consumer. So, tell me what you guys think about Saturo Iwata passing away. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one.